Alright, this will just be a real quickie video here. So, there we go. Alright, so door seals, stuff like that, really important. Try to change it if you can. I have a setup here from Super Soft Metro. Then like all the inner shielding portion, like all of this. And then when you take these and you install these, just be very gentle and kind of work your way in the channels and such. You'll end up setting clearance by pressing out whatever you need. But it will make more load on the crank, and if yours is loose, like mine is, it's kind of you're wishing for disaster at that point. So bend these outward as needed to make it so it's not too stiff in the door. Then you're going to grease the tracks. There's a track here, track here. There's a gear mechanism that swings up here. So that's very important. So grab both those pieces of gear. Try to always keep this plastic stuff super nice for weather sealing. And you can use the 3M, here we are, gasket adhesive. This stuff is fantastic. Dries overnight, so that's kind of where it is right here for mine. I just put a little dab here and right here on the new seals. Those things are Super Soft by Metro. It made a really nice difference in the door. I would even prefer it to OEM. But when you put these channels in, you're going to be pressing all the way up first, and then you press in the back here. The lighting's kind of hard on this thing. Let's see, I'll try a different spot. So there's a small channel that we're pushing it into. And so you're first pushing the entire unit forward, because you don't want to have a huge gap here. You want this to be very small. And then you're channeling into there. And I use the end here of this plastic tool, and I use the top, which is rounded, and the flat is when I'm pushing into it. This goes like this. Okay. And then what we're going to do here, the next step is to alcohol wipe and clean out the door for sound deadening, which will just be the butyl layer. So these I pre-cut. I have the bigger one kind of going here on the base, then I have the thinner one here because it loses height when we get to here. So once that's all cleaned up, vacuumed out, alcohol wiped, move the door window up so you get access in there. You do that layer first. You roll it in very thoroughly with a wooden roller, and then you're going to go through and start prepping it for the next layer. And that's, you got to remember, sound is going to be coming off the highway lower, right? So that is for sure a much more valuable area. And then if you have anything with speakers in it, this door does not, you'd want to always seal up every single hole, right? Because then you'd have, essentially you're going from an infinite baffle speaker to a sealed enclosure, which is more of what you're aiming for a mid bass. So hope that's a little bit of a guide, kind of quick and dirty, different things to look for. The main thing is take your time. Choosing the layering is very important, and the direction of the layering. So it would go butyl, closed cell foam, and then mass loaded vinyl, and that goes that direction. And this skin, so like the inner skin, you could just do butyl, and then I put like a jute backing on the door card so it doesn't vibrate against it. And that's pretty much how you seal a door properly. That's what I did for this one. So I'll update you guys soon with the overall project, but here's a almost like mil-spec style connector for all my stuff for the gauge cluster. This I sent out to Los Angeles for they're converting it over to like a 10,000 RPM tack, and it's all new artwork, and a change of speedo stuff, and that's going from a digital VSS to the speed box. That's going to be way too hard to see, but there's a speed box right here. I'm touching it. So that just kind of goes up, line goes up, back to the gauge cluster, which comes out here. And so the speed mag sensor off of the T56 Magnum, which is shown right there, that will be feeding a magnetic sense to that, which will now be speeding that. So kind of a cool little setup from Dakota Digital, and it's programmable. And yeah, we're just getting things together for final assembly now. I've got the new speakers coming in this week, and the new turbos on the way, and now I get to do all my sound deadening and my interior wiring, which all that goes to the PMU right up there in the corner. So hope that helped for the door deadening and the little update and whatever else. I'm lacking sleep, which is why I'm rambling on. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Cheers.